Hi, this is Shane Kennedy with your Point Park Athletics podcast update. The softball team swept the doubleheader against Pitt Greensburg University on Tuesday, March 23rd. In Game 1, the Pioneers won 7-2. Angeli Bell threw 7 innings, giving up 2 runs on 10 hits. She picked up a pair of strikeouts. Taylor Goldstrom had 2 hits. Angeli Bell, Jody Frontino, and Haley Leitner each collected a hit and an RBI. Maddie Horn, Sydney Reese, and Alex Bondi each had a hit. 4 of the runs the Pioneers scored were unearned. In Game 2, the Pioneers won 8-0. Jada Simon threw 5 scoreless innings, surrendering only 3 hits, striking out 1. Maddie Horn and Haley Leitner each collected 2 hits and 3 RBIs. Taylor Goldstrom had 2 hits, and Jody Frontino had a hit with 2 RBIs. The Pioneers are 6-8 on the season. The baseball team swept the doubleheader against Concordia University on Wednesday, March 24th. In Game 1, the Pioneers won 4-2. Easton Klein threw 3 innings, giving up a run on 5 hits. He walked 2 and struck out 4. Jonathan Pacheco relieved Klein, throwing 2 2/3 innings, giving up a run on 2 hits. He walked 2 and struck out 3. Ruben Ramirez struck out 4 in an inning and a third pitched. Ed Pfluger had 2 hits and an RBI. Mishali Brito and Antonio Carrillo each had a hit and an RBI. Emil Murillo, Ty Andrews, and Dylan Winsick each had a hit. In Game 2, the Pioneers won 11-3. Ryan Huber threw 5 innings, giving up 3 runs on 3 hits. He walked 3 and struck out 7. Ruben Ramirez threw 2 innings, striking out 3. Danilo Leon had 2 hits and 2 RBIs. Ed Pfluger and Alejandro Nino each had a hit and 2 RBIs. Cole Haru had a hit and an RBI. Emil Murillo had an RBI. 3 of the runs the Pioneers scored were unearned. On Friday, March 26th, the baseball team took Game 1 of 3 against Brescia University by a score of 4-3. Nick Beardsley threw 8 innings, giving up 3 runs on 5 hits. He walked 2 and struck out 13 batters. Ruben Ramirez closed the game, striking out the side in the 9th inning. Dylan Winsick had 2 hits. Luis Mojica and Antonio Carrillo each had a hit and an RBI. Ed Pfluger had an RBI. On Saturday, March 27th, the Pioneers completed the sweep as they beat Brescia in a doubleheader. In Game 1, the Pioneers won 15-8. Christian Negron threw 4 1/3 innings, giving up 5 runs, 4 earned on 9 hits. He struck out 4 batters. Ryan Huber threw 2 1/3 innings, giving up 3 runs on 4 hits. Ruben Ramirez threw 2 1/3 innings, giving up 3 hits, striking out 4. Emil Murillo had 4 hits and an RBI. Joseph Renovales had 3 hits and had an RBI. Ty Andrews had 2 hits and 4 RBIs. Dylan Winsick had 2 hits and 2 RBIs. Mishali Brito and Antonio Carrillo each had 2 hits and an RBI. Luis Mojica and Danilo Leon each had 2 hits. Luis Hernandez had a hit with 2 RBIs. Ed Pfluger had an RBI. In Game 2, the Pioneers won 8-2. Cole Haru threw 7 innings, giving up 2 runs, 1 earned on 6 hits. He struck out 7 batters. Ed Pfluger and Ty Andrews each had 2 hits and 3 RBIs. Luis Hernandez had a hit and an RBI. Luis Mojica had an RBI. Antonio Carrillo, Emil Murillo, and Dylan Winsick each had a hit. Their next series is a doubleheader on Tuesday, March 30th against Fisher College. The Pioneers are 18-7 on the season. Nick Beardsley passed the 200 strikeout milestone in Friday's outing against Brescia. He is currently at 208 strikeouts for his Point Park career and trails Corey Hartsburg, who has the school record with 219 strikeouts. The East Sports team split their opening matchups of the Rocket League season on Thursday, March 25th. In the first matchup, the Pioneers lost to Shenandoah University 3-0. In the second matchup, the Pioneers won 3-0 against Babson College. Brandon O'Toole and Matt Gibala each had 7 goals, and O'Toole had 6 assists. Tyler Thomas had 3 goals and 6 assists. Check PointParkSports.com for when the esports team plays next. The men's track and field team competed in the Lock Haven Elliston Early Bird Open on Saturday, March 27th. Daniel Jacobs placed first in the javelin throw and qualified for the NAIAs. Damir Lomax placed second in the long jump. He also had top 10 finishes in the 100-meter dash, the 200-meter dash, and the 400-meter dash. Leon Van and Trevin Carter each finished in the top 10 in the 400-meter dash as well. Devin Carter placed 9th in the 800-meter dash. Jonah Hartman placed 5th in the 110-meter hurdles. He also placed 4th in the 400-meter hurdles. Ezra Borzone placed 3rd in the pole vault. Nasir Galloway placed 6th in the shot put. The women's track and field team competed in the Lock Haven Elliston Early Bird Open on Saturday, March 27th. Nia Goodman placed 3rd in the 100-meter hurdles and 4th in the high jump. Noah McGuire placed 5th in the women's javelin throw and 10th in the 800-meter run. Alyssa Boyd placed 5th in the 3,000-meter run. Sierra Dawson finished 10th in the javelin throw. Their next meet is April 3rd at the Slippery Rock Dave Labor Invitational. The men's soccer team played Rio Grande on Saturday, March 27th. The Pioneers trailed 4-0 at halftime. The Pioneers battled in the second half, but fell 6-1. Lorenzo Diaz with the Pioneers' only score. Their next game is Wednesday, March 31st against Carnegie Mellon University. The Pioneers are 6-5 on the season. The women's soccer team played Mount Vernon Nazarene on Saturday, March 27th. The Pioneers trailed 1-0 at halftime. They battled in the second half, but fell 2-0. Their next game is April 6th in the RSC Women's Soccer Championship semifinals. The Pioneers are 8-6 on the season. This has been Shane Kennedy with your Point Park Athletics podcast update.